Welcome to Zagreb, my friends. We have landed in this beautiful city last night, had a few hours to walk around, and today we are actually going to start exploring this capital of Croatia. Now, this is our first time in this country. If you know me, I'm only going to each country once, and this Croatian trip is going to be amazing because we have a whole trip planned. We're going to be visiting at least 3 cities, but of course it all starts right here in Zagreb. One of the must-do things here in Zagreb is to take a tour. We took a tour with Free Spirits Tours Company. Luka, their main guide, was amazing. He told us so many stories about the history and the culture of the city.
Welcome to the city of Zagreb, capital of Croatia, which also happens to be my hometown. My name is Luka. I'm going to be your guide on today's tour, which means all the questions are welcome, okay? There are no stupid questions. Some people tried really hard. So of Croatia, the whole country, has less than 4 million people, which means 1/4 of our population lives here.
He told us how hundreds of years ago, Zagreb used to be 2 towns, Gradec and capital. But most interesting story that we heard today was about necktie. Apparently Croatians invented necktie. Listen to the story.
In Europe, it was called the 30 Years' War. It lasted 30 years. Croatian soldiers took part in it as well. And before they would go to battle, their wives would tie them red scarves around their necks. There was 2 meanings on tying that scarf around their husband's neck. The first one was, you're my husband, let this be a good luck charm. Let it protect you from anything bad happening to you in battle. Don't get wounded, don't get killed, and return safely back home. But the second purpose was even more important, because the second purpose was, you are my husband, and I'm tying this around your neck really tightly, so you fool, you remember you have a wife waiting for you back home. So don't die on me, but don't cheat on me along the way as well, and return safely back home. The soldiers, wanted or not, got those scarves tied really tightly, most likely around their necks, went to battle, ended up in France. The French people saw that detail and liked the idea of tying a scarf and wearing it around your neck so much that they took it and made a fashion icon out of it. As French do, they made it world popular. They even gave it a name. They called it cravat, after the Croats who wore the first ones. Still today in Croatian it's called cravata, as you can see written on the sign, and in many languages around the world it's called cravata, cravat, cravate, which all goes back down to Croats, Croatian people who wore the first ones. So the French made a fashion icon out of it. They made it world popular, but the Croatian soldiers' wives are the ones to blame that we're still being tied up today. A really good, authentic thing to buy in Croatia would be a proper silk handmade necktie. So if you want a shirt, it's a proper tie, it has to be handmade out of silk.
And we also witnessed to the cannon fire, which is tradition now, but it used to remind all the churches around the town that it's 12 o'clock and it's time to ring bells.
The main reason I brought you here, the white tower that we just passed by. That tower, in the last window, you see the last 2 windows, right one? You see a small tip of a big cannon which is inside. That cannon is going to fire in 4 minutes, okay? Now hold on to your mobile phones. That's one.
Another great thing to do here in Zagreb is to walk around what they call the Green Horseshoe. It's a number of parks that are located right in the center of Zagreb, and you can do it in a matter of half an hour. Now, it's in the evening when the city really comes alive. There's so many restaurants, cafes all around the town. You can also have a drink on the bar street, which, as the name suggests, consists of nothing but the bars. And make sure to watch my night walk in Zagreb video. Luke also told us that in 2020 there was an earthquake here in Zagreb, and that is why we saw so many cracks on the buildings of the city.
Cherry, more plant-based cherry, wild fruits, mix of fruits, olive and almond, similar to amaretto, so marzipan kind of flavor, rose, dried fig, wild apple, honey liquor, wild.
Cheers. Good morning. Today is day 2 in Zagreb, and we are going to start it by exploring the local market. Thank you. Too much carbs, but we are on a vacation, so who cares? When we travel, we pretty much never go to museums. In fact, we never go to museums because the museums are here outside. But the museum that we are about to enter is a different type of museum. Definitely we want to check it out because it's called the Museum of Broken Relationships. 20 minutes later. Well, I think
Should you visit?
I think this just I think this just confirms that museums should not be visited. Anyways,
No, depends on the museum, I think.
yeah, this was a whole bunch of articles about broken relationship with actual items that people donated to this museum. So the only thing I couldn't understand is what my bike was doing over there. That is exactly a copy of a bike that I have at home. So I don't know what it was doing here in the Museum of Broken Relationships. We're about to climb the tower up there and check out this view behind me. This is the actual cannon. Nice meeting you. So you're going to be shooting this cannon in
Every day at 12.
every day at 12.
Every day at 12.
Wow.
Maybe as loud here as it is downstairs, or here louder?
Here is very loud.
Loud.
Downstairs is.
So we might need one of those. But that's what you're going to be firing, right?
Yes, yes. This is 76 millimeter.
76 million. Wow.
76 millimeter, 120 gram barrel go inside,
All right.
and 137 decibel is boom,
The sound.
the sound.
So this guy has the best job in the world. He comes here once a day, fires his cannon, and goes back home. So that's his entire duty. That is his only job, to fire this cannon every day, and he gets paid for that. There you go. I mean, this would never happen in Canada, guys. As you could see, people are right around his main tool that is about to fire in 10 minutes, and he is actually entertaining the visitors. Again, would never happen in Canada. It's about to happen, guys. He is about to fire this cannon. Last minute preparations. Get ready, guys. Look at that.
That was a good one.
That's a nice souvenir over there. This is the world's shortest funicular, only 66 meters long. The ride is 66 meters long, takes less than 1 minute. All right. What a ride, not to be missed in Zagreb. Right now we are heading to try the local meal, struk, and the restaurant is called La Struk. It's a dough filled with something we're about to find out. But this place is famous because it's only serving struk. That's it, just one item on the menu. Here we are. We are heading to the garden Here we are, the garden. Let's see if they have any room here. Yep. All right, Struk checked. Now, I wouldn't say it was the most delicious meal, but definitely worth trying it out because that's a typical national food in Croatia. Essentially, it's like a mac and cheese on steroids, guys. Now, another thing, the prices here in Zagreb are very cheap. That's what we found out. And what's interesting is, pretty much every time we eat, whether it's breakfast or lunch or dinner, the bill comes very close to 100 kunas. This one happened to be 108 kunas. 108 kunas, which is local currency, is about $20. Speaking of which, next year Croatia is switching to euro. So until then, you will have to use local currency, kunas. And now we're off to try some local beer. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm not a beer drinker, but I'm excited about this one.
And that's another thing, right? So here in Zagreb, Croatia is famous for its draft beer. I hope we can try different types of beer, draft beer. So we'll see you there, guys. Cheers, guys. We are on the pub street of Zagreb. And of course, the best way to explore Zagreb's culture is to try its draft beer. Cheers. Wow. Zagreb is a walkable city. It's our second day or third day here, and we've been walking all over the place. Everything is close, everything is convenient. And what do you think about Zagreb so far?
I just love it.
I love it too. It's big, yet it's so small. What other city can you think of that had market in the downtown?
And the smell of fresh flowers in the morning, oh my god.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So guys, thank you for watching this video, but don't stop here because tomorrow we are going to Split, Croatia. The journey continues.